So welcome back to another exciting episode. Today is going to be really fun because I'm going to go pick up a check for a closing that I just did for a house that I sold that I've owned for 2 years. This attorney gave me the biggest headache ever to close this deal, even labeling me a scammer. So let's get out of here. Let's go pick up this check and see how the day progresses after this, because this is hilarious. And I'll tell you a little bit of backstory on what's going on with this guy.
Told you not to call here. It's not for sale. Quit texting me and aggravate.
So I just picked up the check right now. I'll tell you right now, the looks on their faces, man, they were mad as hell. The look on their faces, man, they were mad because I'll tell you why. The check I picked up. There we go. That's a nice check. Now, all that ain't mine. I still gotta split some with the realtor because she did help me out with this place. But I know they were mad. And the reason why they were mad, they are not wholesaler friendly at all. Not one bit. Not even un poquitico. These people hated me from the very beginning and gave me the ride of my life because they hate wholesalers. Not only do they hate wholesalers, I think they're just mad because I made money, and that's probably the biggest check they've ever written in this office. Because this office, I'm not going to talk crap, but it looks like crap. So I'm going to continue on with my day. I'm on my way now. I gotta go deposit this check and we're gonna go out to an appointment, check out a house real quick. And just to give you a little breakdown, this whole vlog is about, is wholesaling illegal? And the different answers that you're gonna get. To this attorney, if you ask him, it is illegal. I am practicing real estate without a license. I could go to prison. Who knows what he's thinking? But I'm gonna break down everything. That way you guys really understand what's going on with this, these people. I'll tell you right now, I'll never use this attorney ever in my life. It wasn't my choice to use him in the first place. This is a retail deal on the MLS and they chose to use him because it's his attorney or their attorney. But I'll tell you right now, somebody's gonna get a complaint to the bar because I ain't dealing with people like this. Really, really bad situation that this guy put not only me in, but also the previous owner of this property. Also, to let you know, this was a subject to deal. That's what made it so complicated for him, and why sometimes if you hear something bad about somebody, especially an attorney, do not use them. And I got prior warning and I didn't listen, but it is what it is. So yeah, let's get on with my day. Let's go cash this check. I've been waiting for this check all day. All right, so I'm actually gonna go driving for dollars for a little tiny bit. I'm actually waiting for an appointment that I got going on. My appointment is probably gonna be in about an hour. So I might as well, I'm on this side of town. I might as well just go ahead and do a little bit of driving. I gotta drive this area anyway because I'm just the area that I target consistently. And try to make some more magic happen over here. Man, it was so hilarious. So I went into the bank. I deposited that check. Those people looked at me weird too. I think it was funny how the paralegals were acting in there. They were just like staring at me like if the boogeyman just walked through the door. But I mean, it's all good. You know what? I've learned in business, in life, forget about what other people think of you. Forget about what other people think they know about you or about what you're doing. I'll tell you this much. One thing I've learned is, if you're not in business, I don't need your opinion. And what I mean by if you're not in business, if you're not in the same business I'm in, don't give me your opinion. I don't care about what your thoughts are. I don't care how you feel, what you think you might know, what you might pretend to know. I'm not gonna listen to anybody's opinion who's not in the same business as me. And that goes for anybody. I don't care who it is. This lawyer, he wanted to pretend like he knew exactly what he was talking about. Man, he didn't know nothing. Probably the worst lawyer in this town. But basically, what happened in this whole grand scheme of things of what he thought about me or what his thoughts were about what I was doing. So he flat out said that what I was doing was illegal, and that I was practicing real estate without a license, and that because my realtor was involved in this whole transaction, that she could face repercussions from the board and all this mumbo jumbo about how she could get in trouble for doing business with me, and how I can go to jail for the practices that I have and whatnot. I laughed. I was like, really? I was like, I go to jail? I was like, sure. Yes, I will say this. Practicing real estate without a license is highly illegal, and you should never do it. You should never practice real estate without a license. It is a felony in North Carolina. I'm pretty sure it's a felony in other states too. Don't do it. If you're calling people up and telling them, hey, I'll help you find a buyer for your house, that is practicing real estate without a license. If you don't have the intention on buying the property, it is practicing real estate without a license. You can't tell people that you're going to hook them up with a buyer or find a buyer for their property, or tell them that you're going to sign the contract from the beginning, because they are going to be like, you said you were going to find a buyer for my house, and now, it blew up or whatever might happen. They will report you. Trust me. There are some guys that have gotten hit with practicing real estate without a license. And it's not fun, and it's definitely ugly. What we are here for, we are here to buy these properties, and either us or one of our partners is going to buy it. So this guy went on this whole rant about me buying this house subject to the existing mortgage, and saying that it was unethical what I did and wrong what I did, and how, I robbed this lady of her house. Backstory. This lady was about to lose the house. She contacted me off of a Facebook campaign. Basically, I just went on all the yard sale groups, posted that I buy houses, and she contacted me. She said, hey, I got a house. I can't pay the mortgage on it anymore. Do you think you could help me? And I did. I helped her out. I took over the property subject to. The loan was super cheap. The remaining balance was $88,000. The house was worth $250,000, which is a humongous amount of equity. You do the numbers on it. We sold it, yesterday it closed, and it closed at 225 or no, 235,000. Was it 235? No, it was 225,000. We had it listed at 235, and it would have sold at 235, but the appraisal came back low. Had over $100,000 in equity. I decided, you know what, I'm gonna pick this house up. It's gonna be my first flip. I'll borrow some money from some family to do the flip and go from there. It definitely didn't go like that. It didn't go as planned. I actually bought the house. I put about 10 to 15,000 into it, not including the payments. And then I lost track of, not time, but I didn't have enough time to divide between myself and that house. And at the same time, I was wholesaling, and at the same time, I had a job. So tell me how I was like stretched super thin. I didn't have any money to pay my bills. That's why I was working. And I was trying to start wholesaling so I can stop working. As complicated as that sounds. It didn't work out. It really didn't work out. I had to give up something, and I figured, you know what? I make enough money to where I can pay the mortgage on this house and pay my rent. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to concentrate on wholesaling 100% and leave the house on the back burner and just continue to do what I need to do to make wholesaling work, so then I could leave my job. And I was able to do it. I was able to reach my goal. I left my job about 7 months later. I was happy. It was great. But then wholesaling started picking up, and I was like, I don't have time to really invest the money in this house, or have the money to invest in this house, even though I was wholesaling. I had some money backed up in the bank, but that was just to pay my bills. I wasn't going to use my bill money to, do something with this house. So I tried listing it on Zillow a few times, try to sell it, and I didn't really get any bites on it. And the reason why is because it still needed quite a bit of work. I had a couple of other flippers and a bunch of people trying to owner finance it off of me, And I tell him straight up, look, man, I'm not gonna want to finance it. I want to get rid of this thing now. So it's either you got cash, take it right now, or if you don't, then, you know, get a loan, whatever it may be. So then that's how I ran into my realtor. The realtor, you know, she listed it for me. Nobody took it. So we ended up, I told her, hey, you know, why don't you put the rest of the money into it? Because her and her husband have flipped a few houses. And I was like, you know, then you guys could split the proceeds with me. You know, we'll do a JV deal, basically. And at first, she was kind of like, I don't know. Then I told her, look, you know, I don't care what you guys make as long as I have in writing what I'm going to make. So as long as we got that in writing, we're cool. And she's like, I've never done this before. I don't even know how to write the contract for it. So I wrote the agreement. I wrote the contract up for it. And she was cool with it. She was absolutely cool with it. That's who I'm going to pay now with that check. But I was, you know, the fact that I was able to help that lady out, yeah, it took me 2 years of holding the property to finally sell it. We saved her credit. She still has good credit. She would have lost that house to foreclosure. If anything, it's a huge win for her. Absolutely huge win for her. You know, and people don't see that stuff. They see us as like scammers, or, you know, this guy is just trying to make money off of this lady. And it ain't like that at all. It is not like that. I am truly trying to help people as much as I possibly can. But, you know, that's the way it always is. That's the way it always is, especially... that's funny. Sorry, guys. I added a property that is owned by the people that manage my apartment complex. So, yeah, I was able to help her out, though. We got her the closure that she needed. And this guy went and just straight up labeled me as a scam artist. Like, if I said I was a Nigerian prince or something. I found that hilarious. I was like, man, whatever. This guy, he sucks at life and he's just mad. But he ended up calling the previous owner, bringing her up there and telling her that she was a part of a scam and that she could go to prison and that she could go to jail. They could call the mortgage due at any moment, and that she was going to lose the house. It'll ruin her credit and it'll ruin her life, and they could sue her. And just literally scaring the crap out of this lady. This poor lady was like throwing up, nervous, crying. She's like, oh my God, what did I get myself into? And then she came to her senses and she thought about it, and she was like, wait a second. This guy doesn't know what the heck he's talking about at all. So, I mean, I was glad that she came to her senses on it. And even my realtor talked to her and, you know, had a long conversation with her and said, look, you know, I know what this attorney said to you, but Danny is a real stand-up guy. I've been working with him for a year, and I have never once felt like he was cheating me or you, and he always wanted to make sure that this was taken care of for you. And that is the absolute truth. I wanted to get that house closed, not only because I couldn't stand paying the mortgage on it every single month, but the fact that I wanted her to get resolution because she needed to get out of the house. I wanted to do it in a year, and my timeline was way off. It took 2 years almost. But long story short, this guy was a total... he was the biggest pain ever. He kept questioning who I was and whether I really owned the land trust that owned that property, and made me provide almost a blood sample, and then just gave me hell the whole time. And I was like, man, you're going above and beyond for something that has nothing to do with you. If anything, you're about to ruin this whole transaction because we were held up on closing because of him and his ridiculous antics. Not only that, he went behind my back to talk to the original homeowner because he didn't feel comfortable dealing with me when I owned the house. And now, I'll tell you one thing. I don't know if that's illegal. I have a feeling that it is illegal what he did, because you can't just go behind somebody's back, especially I'm the owner of that property. This lady, the deed is not in her name anymore. It is in my name. You need to come to me with any problems that you might have with the property and speak to me first. The fact that he went behind my back and did it, I'm going to see what I can do and see if I can make some money off of that. Because an attorney is definitely held to a very high standard, and you can't be messing around like that, and especially you can't be throwing around names on who somebody is or insulting their character. because that could be very bad for business. And not only that, the bar association don't like that. And I know that I will definitely be filling out my bar complaint, and I am gonna make sure that I complain like crazy, because what he did not only made me angry, which I could care less about that part. This poor lady was throwing up, nervous. She already had a stroke in June, and this guy is about to give her another stroke. You know how bad I would have felt if she would have died because this dummy is over here telling her that she was a part of a scam? I would have felt terrible. I killed this lady all because of this moron. That's what really made me mad, because I'm over here trying to help people, and instead I got some wannabe attorney who thinks he's cool because he is an attorney, throwing around accusations on a subject that he knows nothing about. That's the way it is sometimes. People throw around their opinion and nobody asks for their opinion. But enough about my rant, man. It made me so mad because I felt really bad for the previous owner. You know, she went through a lot, and her husband died in that house. She had a lot of stuff that happened to her there, and you know, going back there and basically rehashing everything, because now he's over here telling her that she was a part of a scam. This lady was scared to death in the beginning because she thought I was a scam. Not that I presented myself as one, but she thought it was too good to be true that somebody would actually buy her house and pay her to move, and all she had to do was carry the note in her name for 6 months to a year until I could get adequate funding or you know, do a cash out refi on the property. But you know, some people with their scare tactics, they're over here trying to scare this poor lady into thinking that she got scammed, and she's over here thinking that she's gonna go to jail. She has a lot. You know, the only thing she has left to lose is her life. And it's messed up that somebody would stoop that low to do that to somebody, especially when they don't know any of the situation of what was happening or what went on. So I'm gonna finish up here driving around. I don't have much time left. I got about another hour, and then you guys will be able to see that appointment we're gonna go on. This house is in an area very close to that other property that we picked up under contract, and it came from cold calling. My cold caller, he called them about 2-3 days ago. So this one is a part of our 30-day challenge, and I think the 30-day challenge is almost up, maybe in a day or two. I think it could even be today. I don't know, to be honest, but the fact that we're able to pick this up is fantastic. I'm very happy with the results of these last 30 days. I know that my marketing has definitely improved. This was like a really big eye-opener, I guess, because I was like, you know, learning how to really schedule myself and really take control of the marketing. So let me finish up here and continue on, and let's go check out that house. Man, it is freezing today, and the funny thing is, it's not that cold. It's like maybe 36, 37. I don't know, man. It feels so cold. I think it's just because the humidity is really high. It's raining right now, so it feels colder than it would on a regular day. I didn't get to vlog inside that house. I didn't really get to shoot any video or anything like that, but it's a really clean house. So he remodels houses for a living, but he wants to sell this one, and the price that he wants is not too bad. It's doable for what we're gonna do with it. We can either wholesale it as is right now, or we could keep it and hold on to it as a rental. And I know somebody that'll pick it up. He wants about 85, and he wants to move out to the country, so I'm gonna see if we can make that happen for him. Now, as far as the repairs on the house, it's actually a really clean little house. I didn't even get it to take any pictures on the inside, but from the outside it's pretty decent. It's in good shape. It's been fully remodeled, so it's like what it needs right now is like barely any type of really small cosmetic stuff. Paint, probably gonna need some new flooring, and 3 windows need to be changed out to some like nicer vinyl windows. But other than that, it's a good deal. We didn't put it under contract with him just because obviously I don't need to tie it up with him right now at this moment, because he still has to talk it over with his wife. But we came to an agreement on price, so now we got to look for some houses for him, and I'm hoping that I could find something. He wants to pay it off cash with the proceeds of this property because he has this paid off cash. And that's it for today, guys. Not really much productivity. I haven't been home all day since about 11 o'clock this morning. Thing is, yeah, around 11, no, since 12:30. I've been out, finally got my hair cut. Thank God. I was so tired of wearing a hat all the time or a skull cap or whatever. I was like, man, I need to get my hair cut and get this done and over with. The day progressed well. I have a lot to do this weekend as far as marketing goes, because I got some new ideas I want to try out and some new things that I want to do. As I've been transforming the marketing, I want to transform it even more to do some other stuff that I have in the back of my mind. So I'm gonna cut this vlog here, guys. I appreciate all of you watching. You guys show me so much love, and I really appreciate it more than you think. And I love being able to share so much with you. Hopefully I can do more of it. I need to get used to vlogging every day. I've been doing it for some time now, on and off, but I want to get used to like actually showing more throughout my day and trying to give you guys a little bit more value than I already have been giving you. And still working on the course. I still haven't shot the first part of the course, but I am still diligently trying to fit some time in there. I might shoot the first part of it this weekend. Hopefully. It's gonna be really long. I know I gotta shoot at least like, I don't know, like 16 videos, because I want to make this course like the only course you'll ever need, and there's not going to be anything afterward. I might break it down into part 1 of wholesaling, part 2, and part 3. I don't know yet. I don't know if how I'm going to structure, what I'm going to charge for it. But I know a lot of you guys have been following me for a long time. I got you guys, okay? I got you guys covered. I'm going to give you guys something. You guys have always been so loyal to me as far as following me, and also the fact that, you guys have always been there to cheer me up or just find courage in my own failures or issues that I might be going through in my business. And I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all of you guys. So that's it, guys. I am going to get out of here. I'm going to go home and go eat some dinner, and I will catch you guys on the next vlog.